There are plenty of people that ride better than me. There are plenty of people who have more experiences than me. I think the greatest thing that has helped me to be a successful professional and feel confident on a horse is I took every opportunity that I could to learn from all different types of coaches. I'm Hope Glynn. I run a business under the name of Hope LLC in Petaluma, California, which is about an hour north of San Francisco. I run sale horses and some horses for my daughter that we own out of Sonoma Horse Park, and then I'm also lucky enough to get to ride out of Zeitgeist Equestrian, which is where we are today for owners Phoebe Lang and Sanjay Bagai. I did not start as a hunter-jumper rider. My mother rode Western as a kid, and so naturally we bought a pony out of the paper when I think I was 4.5, and my mom was gonna break the pony because we couldn't afford to buy one that was already made up. So we bought one pony out of the paper, and my dad built a barn in our backyard, and pretty soon we had 2 ponies because when we bought it we didn't realize it was pregnant and we just thought it was fat. So quickly we had 2 ponies, and that's how I started in this business. I definitely have always known I had a passion for horses. I didn't realize that I had a passion for competing as early as I realized that I had a compassion for horses. So I've loved animals from the beginning. I'm a very competitive person by nature. So the minute I started competing, of course I got the bug and wanted it more and more. And it made me push myself to get more opportunities in my life because I did want to do this more than just at the local shows, and I knew we couldn't afford it. So I was going to have to find ways to do that. I definitely did not have a plan to be a professional. This was not what I thought I was going to end up doing in my life. My education is different than what I'm doing now, but it has been such a blessing in my life to be able to have had this and be able to work with animals my whole life. And the passion for the horses is innate. It came the minute I've been around horses, I've had that. I do a lot of clinics now, which is fun for me because I get to teach kids of all different levels and adults all over the country. And the one thing I probably preach more than anything as a mantra that I live by and I try to get riders to think of is don't be afraid to fail. I think we are constantly in this looking for perfection, and I think you get so caught up with, oh my gosh, I have to qualify for this, or I need to win this, or I need to do that. Well, you get then too afraid to make mistakes, and therefore you're never going to be at the top of that group. I think probably my biggest strength as a competitor is I'm not afraid to lose. I'm afraid to not give it my all, and I'm afraid not to be prepared, and I'm afraid not to feel like I've done everything I can at home. But when I go in the ring, I'm going for the win. And if it doesn't work out, I can sleep that night and not beat myself up if I feel like I've done all the right things. Is my horse's nutrition correct? Did I do all the right homework? Did I give myself the best chance of making that horse successful that day? But for me, I think my biggest thing is don't be afraid to make a mistake in the process of learning, because that's going to get you where you want to be faster than anything else. I was not that familiar with all the different supplements and calming agents when I first started going to the East Coast. And I went to a local vendor and asked, I have a horse that is a little bit too fresh, I don't want to lunge it. Do you have any suggestions for me about what might work? And the vendor at Kentucky at that point in time said to me, have you tried Perfect Products? And I said, I'm a little apprehensive to try something I don't know. And they said, call the owner. He's a really great guy. He'll talk to you all about them. And Jeff spent, I think, an hour and a half on the phone with me going through the different products, how to use them, how horses metabolize them. And I'm very passionate about equine nutrition. So for me, for a guy who is that passionate about the company, about horses, and about the fact that he wanted to make the best product, immediately sold me on learning more about it. I'm Hope Glynn, and this is my Behind the Prep.